Do like The Rock every Sunday he just like goes ham.
No.
He has a cheat day every Sunday and he posts about it usually.
Yes,
like he'll have his feed, it's like 4 posts. It's like, all right, time to have like 72 fucking pancakes. Like this is what I do every week.
Yeah.
And he's just like, enjoy your cheat meals, my friends. And then he has this like big fucking binge, which is obviously like reflective of the fact that his diet model is so unsustainable that he feels like he has to do this.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't crave just binging and gorging yourself to the point of probably being in like a fucking coma by the time you get to nighttime unless your diet was like not like, you can tell something about what he's doing is like a little bit too strict and from Monday to Saturday to where he feels like by Sunday he's like, I've earned destroying myself.
Well, and he also does it with high fat too, which like is kind of, because when the fucking the insulin spike model, right? So when you have that insulin spike and you have those high glycemic index carbs, you're transporting that fat like directly into your fucking body to store. Yeah. So it's kind of like, for him, I mean, he's obviously fucking juicing and like, he's low body.
I worry for that guy. Like, not like as a personal friend or something, but like, I feel like he's on track for a jammer like real soon. Like, he's like 270 shredded year round essentially at like almost 50. Like, I don't know many tall bodybuilders who are that jacked who make it to like 60.
Yeah, it's unhealthy to sustain that level of mass. Like, they show like people that are like, like giants, or like basketball players.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not healthy to be that big. Like, your body's kind of
like I think you're almost like blessed from the aspect that you're happy with just your HRT and like 200 pounds and like staying as lean as you are, etc. You don't feel the need to push it because the guys like that who's like his persona too, even though he's like rich and successful and like super popular, he needs to stay like that to have the roles he does and to be the guy he is too.
I've talked about this before. To me, I don't understand The Rock because, don't get me wrong, I respect what he's fucking done. The guy's a fucking beast. He's amazingly charismatic. He's like always camera ready. Like what he's done with his career. I mean, he's like literally like one of the most famous guys in the entire fucking world from like WWE, which is like a pretty impressive transition. He's like the highest paid actor in the world. I don't think he's the best actor, but like he's still fucking the highest paid. So like hats off to him. The thing I don't like about The Rock is I don't feel like he gets to be authentic. Like, I don't like if I had, here's the thing, like, what's the point of having fuck you money if you never say fuck you? And like, I don't feel like he says fuck you. Like, I do what the fuck I want. I want to fuck 10 chicks. I go fuck 10 chicks. I want to go to the islands. I want to do fucking, a bunch of fucking weed. I want to do Quaaludes. I want to fucking party my ass off. I do it. Yeah. If I want to take a fucking month off and go to Thailand and go free diving, I fucking do it. I do what the fuck I want. He does not. Like, unless like, just playing this character forever is what he wants, but I don't think that's what he wants.
Yeah,
like,
you can tell when he goes on camera, he's like putting it on like aggressively to the point that you don't even trust that it's him.
Yes,
like,
that's my point. It's like
you'll like are a huge fanboy, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, The Rock. He's just always super upbeat and like always on it. But like when he's in the gym, he just wants to fucking train, and then he gets on camera, he's he's like putting it in this like his character on that he's in this.
I just would not want to be constantly on like that. I want to have privacy. I want to be myself. I want people to fucking like. I want to say what the fuck's on my mind. Like, I wouldn't want to endorse Biden because my fucking crew told me to endorse Biden. I wouldn't want. I would never go on camera and fucking tell everybody, hey, was the worst thing that's ever happened to me and my family. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, that's the worst thing that's the hardest thing you've ever been through is like, fuck off. Like, if that is the case, like, you're a weak motherfucker. If the hardest thing you've ever dealt with in your entire life is beating the fucking cold, like, fuck off. Right? Like, I've been through some fucking shit, and I'm sure there's people that have been through fucking worse shit than me. Like, if you're telling me the worst thing that's ever happened to you is you were sick for a week, like, come on, dude. Like, don't fucking feed me that bullshit. Like, just be real. Like, and so to me, that would be the one thing that I would say is I just don't feel like, I feel like he's too rich to be fucking constantly playing a character. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, there's definitely a disparity between, I feel like self-made, like, I don't know, some of the social media entrepreneurs are like a bit, I don't know, controlled still, but like guys like you who are like very self-made, there's a definite disparity between individuals who are still like, even though he's like the head of fucking everything, you can tell there's like a controlled element.
Yeah, you're not hearing what he wants to say. You're hearing what his team's put together. And to me, it's like, I don't know, man, like, I think that's why Cardi B's done so well. Love her, hate her, whatever, she's pretty authentic.
Yeah.
She kind of like says what the fuck's on her mind, and so I do like, as much as I like disagree with a lot of the shit, like, I respect the fact that she kind of like owns her shit.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why people like, that Steve will do it guy, guys like that kind of just like, they're not politically correct. They say what the fuck they want, And I think in a world of fucking robots and puppets and everything else, I think that's probably going to be the one thing that like stands out the most. That's actually one of the things that irritated, of all the shit that's been said about me, God knows there's been enough fucking negative shit, right? Like, I think the thing that irritated me the most was when people said that I wasn't authentic, because I've like prided myself. Like, I didn't post girls I wasn't fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't post shit that wasn't mine. Like, like I rented my houses. I've never fucking said I didn't, you know what I mean? I paid $5 million for the option to buy the house. And like, that was kind of the fucking plan, right? So like, we technically had the fucking rights to the house, but like hit, and then, you can't fucking use the house. What are you supposed to do? Right. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I think that's, like I said, that's probably been the thing that irritated me the most, just because I like prided myself on the authenticity of it,
Yeah. And there's like a huge disparity too between the ways people generate money and how genuine they are. Like, for example, when you're trying to like generate wealth through like an actual production of a product that provides value in some capacity, versus individuals who just like, some people just ask for like, I put a donation link in the fucking video, and they're like, oh yeah, just like toss me money, or buy my stupid NFT that I know is going to be like shitty.
I've turned down a lot of money, to promote stuff that I didn't believe in. So I've like stayed true to that. Like, I've never told people something I didn't believe. And I've always been like upfront about my fucking using juice and whatever. Like, I've never like shied from that. And I know that like it would probably be better for me to say that I'm natural, because like looking at me, nobody would think that I'm fucking juicing, right? Like, I'm not any physical specimen. Like, I'm in good shape, but like,
you're comparing yourself to fucking bodybuilders though. So
I'm just saying, I'm comparing myself to fucking guys running around saying they're fucking natural, like fucking Mike O'Hearn, right? Yeah. So like, I'm just saying, like, the general population probably thinks that fucking guy is like natural, right? So like, by standards, right? I mean, I don't know. I think there's like probably a decent amount of people that probably don't even know that Arnold juice. I don't know, man. Like, I think perception is a bit skewed. Like, I don't think people have any idea how many people are juicing. Like, it's crazy. Like, everybody's on steroids. Like, I hate to break it to you motherfuckers. Everybody's on steroids. All your favorite athletes, they're all fucking doing shit. Like, bottom line.
Every actor that had a dramatic before and after for a role.
Dude.
And then the stuff they'll say in interviews is baffling about, oh, it was just,
we had a strict diet, we did some fucking hard cardio. It's like, okay, dude,
I just trained like twice a day. I hired a celebrity trainer, this and that. It's like, no, bro. You like took your fucking test levels to 5 times higher than they are right now. Yeah. And that's the main reason, you know?
And that's fine, like, it's okay. Like,
it's like transparent about it.
Yeah, like, why is everybody so fucking okay with like cocaine and fucking ecstasy use? That doesn't do anything for you. It's like, that always fucking blew me away, was like when fitness guys would like do drugs and fucking drink alcohol and all this shit, but then they wouldn't shoot fucking gear. It's like, it's your whole fucking life is built around this. Like, that just, like, some guy hit me up actually the other day to train with him, and I was like, oh, like, what are you running? He's like, oh, I'm natty. I'm like, well, we have nothing in common. I'm not training with you. Like, sorry. Like, it's fine, but like, that just shows me like a lack of dedication to the sport, So I just have a different view of it.
No, that sounds ridiculous to some people, but like, if you actually understand what goes into it, it actually makes logical sense.
Well, because if you do it responsibly, which is what I advocate, I don't advocate fucking doing fucking Anadrol and fucking, and running fucking shitloads of tren and whatever. I mean, if you want to do it, fucking whatever. I don't advocate it just because I don't think it's healthy, but I think there's a healthy way to do it responsibly with a fucking doctor, monitoring your levels. I think there's a lot of guys that are like in the fucking low level, low range, that like should be on HRT, that like, and I've gotten people on HRT, like fucking uncles of mine and stuff. It's like literally changed their life and their marriage and whatever.
Yeah. So I think a lot of them think too, it's just like, does my dick work versus not? And it comes down to like so many more things than that though too. Like even your ability to tolerate stress, like crank out a fucking book, like do any of these things. Like a lot of it is reliant upon your hormones. Like I've even seen chicks, like when they take birth control, some of them get fucked up from the test suppression.
Yeah, birth control is a big deal. Like that really like whacks their hormones.
Yeah, so like anytime I'm with a chick now, I would like, I ask her what she's on, because I've had situations where girls were on a certain, it's literally like a lot of people don't realize, but the birth control thing, if you actually look at what the drug is comprised of, it's a bunch of different 19 Nor derivatives that are like literally like you're taking oral Deca essentially.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like castrating them, because Deca is like very suppressive at like minuscule dosages, and that's why it works so well as a castration pill. You take the Deca and the nandrolone molecule, you manipulate it a bit so it's orally bioavailable, and you give it to a chick at a microdose, and you just castrate her. So it's technically every chick out there is actually on steroids right now. They just don't know
shit.
it. Yeah. So, but
I mean, you see it, like their tits will grow, like they'll break out, like there'll be like significant effects if they take the wrong birth control or something that doesn't agree with them. You know?
Exactly. But it's like their test levels will get crushed by like 60% even sometimes, like by the, well, actually often, because that's literally what it's designed to do. And then you'll wonder why, like I've had some relationships in the past get fucked up by the chick having like a shitty sex drive. And then I'll have to I'll literally read their blood work and be like, oh, like your birth control is fucking you over. And then switch it to like a copper IUD, or like even the progestin-based IUD is better than the pill. But like that kind of stuff is like significant, and it can have a huge impact on relationship quality too. Like if the chick's sex drive isn't like where yours is, huge fucking, like that could be a deal breaker for sure.
That's interesting. So how about like in performance sports? Like does that,
huge.
Do they pop? Do they get benefit? Like how does
There's
that
like
work?
a threshold amount where they make sure they don't cross, and that's why I think there was this situation with this chick who ate a burrito that she tested positive for nandrolone.
Yeah.
And she was blaming on a burrito because like uncastrated boars have like a little bit of nandrolone in them normally. And actually chicks naturally produce a little bit of nandrolone too, just from the conversion process to estrogen. It's like an endogenous bioidentical hormone, just at minuscule quantities. But like there are threshold values, and they can tell the difference between the oral birth control and the actual like parent compound nandrolone. Like test isn't the same as like D-bol, even though D-bol comes from test.
Yeah.
They can tell the difference, right? But like at the end of the day, besides detection and stuff, like it has a huge impact on their mental state as far as like mood stability, their ability to tolerate stress. Sex drive is fucking hugely impacted by it to a point that it's like one of the fucking first things I ask them now at this point. Performance in the gym and body composition. Like they'll lose muscle and like gain fat, and it's like harder for them to stay in shape if they're on like the wrong thing. So like, yeah, a lot of that stuff is like from a guy aspect, we think about HRT, but like oftentimes I think even guys who know the HRT shit, they overlook entirely what their girl is doing, and then it can like fuck up their life hugely if their girl's not dialed in too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I mean, that's what I tell everybody is like, just get blood work. Like you don't have to do anything. You don't have to act on it, but just like having a baseline, whether you're a guy or a girl, of like knowing where you are before you start fucking with it with hormones is very valuable, you know, like, because, you know, let's say you don't decide to do anything, like at least you can see like, okay, we have a decline, we're plateauing, you know, like whatever. It's just valuable information.
Oh yeah, like the most data you can compile, I feel like the better. Because like even with the sleep thing, like what if one day you start wearing like one of those devices and it shows your sleep's like fucking wrecked? Like you would like to know at what point it like got to wrecked. Like what are you doing? You know?
Yep.
Like is it some drug I'm taking? Is it the fucking some food I have like a weird like allergy to or something? Like you never know.
No, for sure. I mean, my watch, like, it'll track like how often I wake up during the night, like the cycles of REM, the deep sleep, the whole thing. So yeah, it's pretty valuable.